What is going on, guys? Welcome back to YouTube. So today we're going to be talking about how to do a flip behind any boat. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so let's talk about what kind of boat you're riding behind. So you may be riding behind a ski boat or a jet boat or a center console, whatever it is. It probably doesn't have the biggest wake. So I'm going to start talking about that first, then we'll get into wakeboarding behind a mastercraft and tell the differences. Today you are wakeboarding behind a center console or your jet boat. Alright, so hopefully you've got your rope up on a tower kind of high. If you got your rope low, or you may not have a place to put it on like a tower, it's going to be a little bit harder because you don't have that height of the rope kind of pulling you up into the flip. So the flip that we are going to be talking about today is the back roll. That's the first flip I learned, and that's kind of what I teach people. A lot of people will go for either a tantrum, which is like a back flip, but a back roll is just a side flip, which for me it's a little bit easier for some reason, but for you it may be a tantrum. So let's just start with a back roll. To do a back roll, I would suggest that you get on a trampoline and kind of practice a few times getting that rotation down. So what it is you're going to be keeping that rope pulled in to like the center of your body, and the whole time keeping it pulled in. So when you're on that trampoline, remember to keep that rope pulled in and kind of practice just kind of a side flip. So you're just literally going like this, except instead of like trying to rotate your body into it, try to just do your hips up and then rotate. So when I'm doing a flip on the water, it's more of the hips. So when you practice on the trampoline before the water, you'll kind of have the rotation down. You'll also have the feeling and probably a little bit less scared, I guess. Because for me, I got out there and I was like, oh shoot, I'm not doing a flip. Heck no, that wake's tiny. Like, I'm not doing that. And I got on the trampoline, kind of got more comfortable just doing a flip. And that kind of got me like more motivated when I got on the water to be like, all right, let's try this. So let's get back to being on the water. So you're on the water now, you're kind of more comfortable doing the flip and you're ready to try it. Except you're on the boat with a small wake. This is probably a ski boat or whatever it is, but you're looking at the wake, you're like, shoot. So to accomplish this, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go out, and of course you're gonna keep the rope pulled in, kind of in the center of your body, and you wanna keep it there all the way through the wake. So you wanna do what's called a progressive edge. So that's gonna be going in slow. So it's gonna be letting the boat kind of pull you, and you'll kind of feel that motion when you're edging in. You probably felt it when you're doing a wake jump, but a lot of people do their wake jumps incorrectly, meaning they go out and they cut in really hard instead of going out doing a progressive edge where you're going in, letting the boat pull you, and you're kind of edging it harder and harder and harder until you get to the wake and you're kind of edging up it rather than starting fast all the way through. So it's kind of a slow, faster, 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 then jump. So you're gonna do that same thing on this back roll, except you got kind of a smaller wake. So you may have to dig in your edge just a little bit more to get that flip, so, or that wake jump. You may want to get your wake jump down first with this progressive edge and then go for the back roll, so you're not casing the wake. So you'll be ready to go wake to wake on it. And if you do want to go half wake on this flip, I suggest going around 15 miles an hour, maybe, I don't know, 17, just whatever you're more comfortable with. It's kind of different between different boats. Like on a jet boat, I'm more comfortable going like 18 miles an hour doing my flip. Rather on a mastercraft, it's like 21, 22, something like that. So I'll probably do a video on different speeds, or if you guys have any questions, just hit the comments below. Anyways, let's get back to it. So you're going in on that edge and your progressive edge going into it, keeping that rope pulled in, except when you're getting to the wake, you kind of want to edge harder and harder, and then you got to do the flip. So this is going to be a side flip, like I said before, except you want to kind of throw your hips with it rather than trying to throw like your whole body with it. So it's kind of the hips up. So when you're on a jet boat doing this flip, a lot of people are going to tell you just to kind of do this motion when you're looking at or asking someone how to do a flip, and that is correct. Except if you're on a small wake, you're going to kind of have to throw it a little bit harder than normal, since you're kind of throwing it more rather than that huge wake on the Mastercraft. It kind of just pulls you into the flip and it throws you up, and you have a lot of time to come down. Rather than jet boat or your center console, you're kind of, you know, throwing it really quick, and it may be a quicker flip than on the Mastercraft. It's going to be kind of a slow flip. I don't know why I did that with a handle. I don't even know. Anyways, so when you get to that wake, you want to throw it at the top of the wake. Even though you may have this little tiny wake, you kind of want to think of it like you're going up the wake. Instead of, if you flip at the bottom of the wake, you're not going to get that rotation. So remember, keep that rope towed in, center of your body, and kind of be edging in kind of hard. And you want to kind of stand tall, which is going to help you a lot with getting up, kind of like your wake jump. So it's going to be going to it, and then you're standing tall to get the pop. But you don't want to kind of jump into it. You want to ride up the wake, then stand tall. So you'll kind of get the feel when you get out there. But the three things I would just remember is keeping the rope pulled in here, and this is, or keeping it this in your body, and this is going to be for any boat you're on, keeping the rope here, edging in, except you're on that small wake, so you're going to be edging in harder, which is going to be the progressive edge. And then when you get closer to the wake, that's when you really want to kind of dig into the wake. Except you want to have that edge the same edge as if you're doing a wake jump. So I would get your wake jump down, make sure your edge is good. You would try to go a little past the wake each time, because you don't want to case it, because you know that kind of hurts. You've probably done it before. It's not fun. So make sure to go past that wake and then go try your flip. Let's talk about if you're on that Mastercraft or that bigger wake or Axis, whatever it is, guys, you're behind. I just say Mastercraft because that's what I have and that's what I ride behind and train, which has a pretty good wake compared to my friend's ski boat or the jet boat we used to have. So while you're on that boat, it's going to be kind of letting that boat pull you towards it. It's going to be kind of a slower movement, and then it's going to be that same hip movement, except it's going to be more this rather than this, because having that bigger wake's going to kind of throw you up into it, which is going to make you over rotate if you're like this. So that's the problem I had when I was learning a back roll. I went from a jet boat to doing this, then I got on that Mastercraft and tried that. I was like, oh shoot, and I over rotated, almost did like a double flip. I mean, it was, yeah, it hurt. So remember, when you get on that huge wake after doing a flip behind a smaller wake, remember you're gonna have to kind of slow down, let the boat pull you. You're not really gonna have to put too much of an edge into it, because you got that big wake that's gonna throw you into it. So let that boat pull you towards it, kind of a slow, progressive edge, and then it's gonna be keeping the rope pulled in, hips here, and then top the wake. Top the wake is this movement, then standing tall. And you'll kind of feel the flip. The rope kind of pulls you around on this trick, so it's gonna be just a side flip. And the spot you're landing, you can either go one-handed, which I think a lot of people do. That's what I did when I first started learning this trick. But if you feel more comfortable landing two hands, do it too. Expect the landing, guys. Go out there and try it. But if you guys have any questions, go to the go to the comments below, or you can go to my Instagram. It's gonna be in the description. You guys can hit me up if you have any questions. I kind of do some online coaching for free. If you guys need some help, hit me up. So see you guys next time. I'm out.